This channel is all about trading small, using the 1/10 size Micro Eminis to lower the risk and make learning to trade futures affordable. So welcome to the channel. We'll show you how it's done. Today's live trade coming up right away. It's just a smart thing to do if you're learning to futures trade, to use these smaller 1/10 size contracts so you can have an affordable way to learn. Now there are four of the Micro Eminis. And the one on the screen now is the Russell 2000. It's a mid-cap average index, weighted index of 2,000 mid-cap stocks. We also have the DJIA, the famous S&P500 Micro Emini, and the NASDAQ100 with the tech stocks that we'll be trading from time to time. First, we're going to talk about trade selection, one of the most important parts of learning to day trade these Micro Eminis. And you can see why this trade and why now is the question we have before us. Well, I came in just before 9:30 in the office on this morning, and at 9:30 the market opens and begins going down right away. Now, I seldom trade right at 9:30 because the volatility is high. That means too risky to trade. It's a personal decision. You can do as you please, of course. So by 10 o'clock, the market's well on its way down for a half hour without any retreat at all. I look down on the lower pane of this picture and I see the green line below the red line on the MACD trade signal indicator. Also, I can see that this market seems to be heading down and it has a strong bit of momentum. Now, when I see strong momentum on a chart, I want to hop on the bus, so to speak, and take a ride and take some of that money out of the market. So I'm going to be shorting contracts today, and I get a sell signal right about here. What you're seeing here is a very, very simple, common sense concept. In this kind of trading, we're going to do one of two things. We're going to buy low, sell high, or we're going to sell high and buy low. In either case, we keep the difference. Now, this time we're betting that the downward momentum is going to continue. And why? It's obviously right in front of us. It's been going down for half an hour. The MACD trade indicator says it looks like it's going to go down some more. Now, does that mean it can't go up? Of course not. It can and does. But that's why we use a stop loss order, which I'm going to show you in a moment. What we're looking for right now, and we sit and we wait patiently, and we look for a lower risk entry point so that we can make a trade and attempt to make some money. And we need more than a 50-50 coin toss to do that. Well, what we do is we look on the momentum and what the market is telling us that it's doing, rather than trying to impose our will or second guess on what's coming next. And that's the common sense, simple part of this kind of trading. It's so easy to overthink it. So that's the trading setup. Let's get the trade underway right now. 10:09 in the morning, July 16th, 2021. I click on the bid price in order to sell. And my order blank comes up. I go -2 contracts, and I'm filled at 2189.70. And the trade is underway. You may notice I did not open the trade with an OCO, a bracket order, but I just shorted the 2 contracts. But now I'm going to show you how I use that bracket order to set up my target and my stop loss here. Click the positions tab, upper left, go over, right click on the profit loss, and I get a pop-up box, and I go down and select bracket. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Positions, right click, bracket. And now I'm able to move that over on the left side of the screen and click chart, and I can see the actual live trade in the chart, while I get to put in the stop loss and the close at profit targets. Now, fortunately for me, this trade, as you can see, is not very volatile at the moment. It's just about a minute in, and it's just about where I started. Short 2 contracts at 2189.70. It's trading 2189.20 right now. So I can take my time and go over here and check out the stop loss and the close at profit. Now, what I like about the Tastyworks software is I'm able to enter figures and then just click the little day check box there, and the calculator automatically puts in the figures for me. So you can see at the stop loss up here, 2192.50, You see the amount that I'm willing to risk on the trade there. Now, I put it down at 21.90, which was just about a free trade area there. But then I think about it and think again, and I need to put it up at 21.92.5, I decide, so I can not get stopped out immediately and give the trade room to breathe. Now, my close at profit down here, I put it 21.70. I could put anything I want to in there. It's just fiction unless the market decides to give us that much money. So everything's on the chart now. Let's take a look and make sure we understand what the trade is. Okay, target 21.70. That's easy. Now, why did I put the stop at 21.92.50? Why not 21.95 or 21.90? 21.90 would have been too close. It is trading less than a couple of points away. Now, the reason I picked 21.92.50 is I thought I'll risk $28 on this trade. Now, I expect it to go down. If it doesn't, it's going to cost me $28, and I'm just not willing to give up any more than that. I feel so strongly this trade should go down, and if it doesn't do that, it's going to cost me money. And I'm not going to let it cost me any more than $28, because if it turns up now, I could wind up losing a lot of money. And I'm comforted by the fact that $28 losing is the worst case scenario. Now, I remember back to when I was learning to trade, and I got a question for you. 21.87.30 is the current trading price, and that is 2.4 points down from where we shorted at 21.89.70. We're 2.4 points down at $10 a point. That means our current unrealized gain is $24. Now, I could make $24 by clicking the mouse right now, but I'm just like you. I want more. That's not enough, and I'm willing to risk that $28 or $24. I'm willing to risk my unrealized gains on the chance that I could make more. And that's the nature of trading. Did you notice that while I was saying that, I lost my $24 ahead? It went back up to where I got into the trade, 21.89.70. I mean, that's how fast this can go up and down. And, if you're trying to make $24, that bus has left the station now, and we're back. We're only up about $10 on the trade right now. So lost $14 since I've been talking. I think I'll be quiet. I was just kidding about that. But if you're new to the channel, and if you haven't done any of these trades yet, I just told you some things that probably make your head spin, going up and down $24 in just a few seconds. But believe it or not, it doesn't take long. This is why we practice. It doesn't take long for us to get used to these kinds of things and the kinds of swing there. Now, I'm trading back down at 21.87.5 now. So I'm up $22 in the trade, and I'm getting restless. I had my stop up at 21.92.50. I just moved it down to 21.90.9. Okay, another test question for you. What's the maximum loss you can make on this trade now? At 21.90.9, that's 1.2 points up from where I shorted, and at $10 a point, 1.2 points is exactly $12. Now I'm trading down at 21.85.5. Finally, we're getting some progress on this trade, and I reach up with my Tastyworks click and drag mouse, and I am definitely going to make this at least a free trade right now. My stop is at 21.90.9. I take the mouse and I click and drag this thing down to a new stop price. Now I use a stop market order, and that means if the trigger price, which is where the stop is set, is hit, the next trade is the one and the price we get to exit the trade. So now I'm at 21.89.70, which is exactly break even. And so this is now what I call a free trade. It isn't free, of course, but it's a good way to think about it. You can't lose any money out of your account. And now we're trading down at 184, so we're almost $50 up in this trade right now. That's great. We're about 7 minutes into the trade, 10:16 Eastern Time. Do me a favor, if you want to see another video like the one you're seeing today, hit the like button. That's how I count the likes, and it helps me determine the subjects of future videos. I'd appreciate that. Thank you. One of the reasons I always try to make every trade a free trade when I can, or as soon as I can, and I seem to be able to do that quite a bit, is because there's much less stress. You make better decisions when you're ahead on a trade than when you're behind. Your brain just goes crazy when you get behind. You start resorting to things like hope, turnaround, could I make a bad decision? What did I do wrong? Little voice in your head's going haywire and won't leave you alone. But when you're ahead on a trade and move that stop down to make it a free trade or better, you tend to make much, much better decisions. There's a great chapter on trade psychology in my book. It's only the price of a Chick-fil-A with waffle fries. Won't set you back very much at all. There's quite a lot of useful information in there to help you learn this type of trading much, much faster and easier with all the information there in one place. I pull out my Tastyworks mouse here. 2185.50 is where my stop still lands again yet. I'm about $60 up on the trade, and the trade seems to be slowing down just a little bit, and I see it's trading at 2183.5, so that's greater than $60. So I'm going to bring that stop down. This trade's slowing down, and it could be about to turn around on me, and I don't want to do all this work for nothing. I'm going to protect that money. So I put a stop in at 2184.90. 2184.90 is where this is going to land. And we'll see what happens with the trade here. And I take a look down in the bottom pane. The MACD still looks good for the trade. Lots of downward momentum. Do you know when the best time is to find out if you made the right decision exiting a trade? Well, the answer is not until after the trade with the genius of hindsight. It always looks so easy to see what you could have done. 2184.90 right now. And my stop set somewhere close to $50, and we'll see what happens with the rest of this trade now. If you're new to the channel, be sure and look for the link below. There's 2 free playlists for beginners down there, 4 10-minute videos in each one. Here we go. Oh, stopped out of the trade right there. Now let's do the numbers. I like this part, counting the money. Trade duration, 11 minutes. The profit, $48 out of a possible 73. I captured 65% of it. And the drawdown was somewhere between $5 and $10. I forget exactly. Let me show you what happened after the trade. Well, you can see right here, I shorted at 2189.70, covered at 2184.9 for a profit of $48. As you can see with the candlesticks, 1, 2, 3. 15 minutes later, they're 5 minutes wide each. I would have made $137 if I had gotten out at the low of 2176. And if I had waited another half hour, I would have been back to $48. So who knows? What do you do? Now, one of the reasons I take this trade apart and show you the shoulda, woulda, coulda thing of the genius of hindsight is because if you're a beginner, you don't realize it yet, but nobody gets the full $137. You just can't do it. There's no math formula. There's nothing but good luck once in a while where you actually get 100% of something like that. So you got to realize you're going to lose 40% of your trades, and you're going to win about 55 to 60% of them. That's why you have to look at rule number 1. Cut those losses and let your profits run as much as you can. And you can see from this trade, I could have had twice the profits, but, could I really? I doubt it, really. One last thing before I end the video today. If you think you'd like to sign up for some of this craziness and to try to day trade the Micro E-minis for some extra income, be sure and check out the Trade Simulation Program. This one that I have a link for you is from the CME Group. It keeps a ledger of all your trades. It's absolutely free, no credit cards. What more could you ask for? It doesn't cost a penny for you to give it a try. You might like it. and you might hate it. I have no way to know that, but I do hope you'll subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos as they come up, and check out the book link and the trade simulation link below. They're there just for you, and you can be up and running in about 5 minutes with that thing. And who knows, you might have a lot of fun. I'm Don Singletary. I hope every day is a payday for you, and thank you.